Thank you. I'd like to pick up as well on the paths and about the mountain, and I find it a very attractive image because the way I understand it is that it's sort of encouraging discussion and attempts at understanding between different ideas and worldviews. But I wanted to ask you if you think that there are any paths, any views, any sort of worldviews that don't deserve or recognize the same, being taken seriously to the same extent. Would you say that there are some worldviews or some sort of ethical frameworks that are so far away from what 99.9% of us conceive to be reasonable that they don't even deserve to have the same sort of initial standing in the discussion?
That's a very good one. Very important question. And I would say I would struggle. And I would put within the framework of the mountain any path that would, at the end, accept and promote some of the values that would be destroying the very meaning of humanity. For example, someone who is telling me, for example, on my path, the white people are better than the black, or the black people are better than the white, I say, okay, that's your path, but I'm going to struggle against it. That shouldn't be on the mountain. I will struggle to just remove it from the mountain. Anyone who is telling me torture is possible, and I can go against the dignity of human beings, I wouldn't accept that. So I think that the mountain is also based, the very essence of the mountain is also based on some of the values that we have at the top, which is some of the things that we have to agree upon in order not to destroy our own self. So racism or undignified values when it comes to the dignity of human being. Now, on other things that are the way, which are not touching the very essence of our being, you believe in what you believe. But if you tell me that in the, for example, some, but not all, we are very critical of some in the Chinese contemporary way of dealing with culture in political terms. I'm talking about political terms, not the real Confucianist tradition, but the politically driven Confucianism now by the way it's used and instrumentalized by some. Telling you, you know what, in the Chinese culture, the way we deal with the dignity of human being is a bit different. So when it deal with you don't acknowledge the right to be free to express yourself. So no, I'm sorry. Freedom of expression is something which is, and it should be said everywhere. So when I was asked to be in the task force here in the UK after 7/7, say yes with one condition. I say whatever I want to say. So by saying your policy in Iraq is wrong, what they did here, it's unacceptable. What you are doing there, it's unacceptable. To be in Qatar and to say exactly the same. I say I live here, but I live here in the UK, but I go there and I work. But to put someone in jail because he is a poet and he disagrees with the power and you put him in jail, I'm sorry, that's not acceptable. We don't accept that. So I think that the only way for us to be faithful to the mountain and the values is to stick to some undisputable, essential values. And it means to be consistent with the past is we have to be courageous to defend them. So in the name of, diversity and acceptance, and sometimes market and money, I think we accept things that are unacceptable. So I would say I wouldn't accept the unacceptable treatment of human beings and even women in the way, or child, or the way children around the world, slavery. We have the responsibility to build the mountain. And then I would put the mountain starting from the top and saying, let us agree on these values by saying this is at least what we agree upon. Except that I wouldn't be against.